morning, Flutes. This is Mrs. Becker from Hudson Middle School, and today I want to talk to you about the parts of your instrument. First, it's really important that when you open your case for the first time or any time, that you open your case correctly. You always want to make sure that your case is on the floor or on a table, something that's a very stable surface. You don't want to open your case from your lap because it could fall off and damage your instrument. Your case should have a label on the case that tells you like the brand name of your instrument. That is the part of your case that needs to face the ceiling every time you go to open your case. If you have that part facing the floor, your case will be upside down and then your instrument will tumble out and likely break when you open it. So always make sure that the label is facing the ceiling when you open your case. Now let's talk about the parts of your instrument. We're going to talk from the bottom to the top. The smallest part of your instrument is called the foot joint. It has just a couple of keys. Those are all pressed with your pinky right up here. You're going to press these with your pinky, and then there are just 3 tone holes that are covered with these pads. Okay, this is called the foot joint. When I teach my students to handle their foot joint, I tell them to hold it like a remote control. There's 1 key that's by itself and then 2 others on the other side. I like to tell my students to put their thumb on the 1 key and wrap your other fingers around so they're touching the 2 other keys on the other side. And then you're holding your foot joint like it's a remote control and your thumb presses the 1 key. Okay, this is called again the foot joint. Then you have the body. The body of your flute is the biggest part of your flute. It's the longest. It has 1 key that sticks off here in the middle. You want to be very careful that you never grab your flute right there in the middle and smush that key because it can bend and it will break. Anytime you're holding your body, you want to hold it up here at the top where there are not any keys. This is called the barrel of your flute, okay? The whole piece is called the body, and I'm holding it by the barrel where there are no keys to protect my flute the best way I know how. And the other part of your flute is called the head joint. The head joint is the piece that makes all of the sound. Okay, this is where the sound is created, excuse me. And the head joint has a couple of interesting parts that you also need to know. There is this little rounded piece that kind of sits up on top of the head joint. This is called the lip plate. It's called the lip plate because your lip sits on top of it just like it was a plate and your lip was the food, okay? Lip plate. And then in the middle of your head joint, there is a hole. This is called the tone hole. It's called the tone hole because that's the hole where the tone is created, okay? And again, the whole piece is called the head joint. At the very top of the head joint, you have, it's called the crown. It unscrews and comes off, but you want to leave it alone as much as possible. But this is called the crown, like it's on the top of your head. You wear it like a crown. It's on the top of your head joint. So those are all of the different pieces of your flute. I would encourage you the first time you open your case to take a picture of the inside of your case so that you know exactly what your flute needs to look like when you put the pieces back inside, so you don't ever put them in backwards or upside down and damage pieces of your instrument. So I can't wait to show you how to put the flute together. I hope you remember all of those pieces of your instrument.